Hey Steph, it's April 3rd, a Thursday. How are you? Actually, hang on one sec before I start. There we go. Okay, lesson number 1 in making videos. Avoid what is called vertical video syndrome. So basically, if you're holding your camera vertically like you did in your video, it does capture more of your face, but it leaves out a lot of the context that people find important and people find interesting. It shows people where you are. It's how cameras have been made for a very long time, and it's how screens that people are going to be watching videos on see things. So tip number 1 from me about making videos, although your video is great content-wise, is to hold your camera horizontally so that people can see what's going on beside you. That being said, today is April 3rd. That is your birthday. So happy birthday to you. I wanted to make this video to celebrate your birthday, first of all, but I also wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind for quite some time now. So April Fool's Day was on Tuesday, and that really got me thinking about feelings that we get that don't last very long. It always seems that when I hear people talking about being busy, they always say it like it's a lasting thing, like, oh, you know, I'm really busy this week, I got a lot going on, I'm busy this month, I just don't have any time. And I think that's kind of disingenuous to the people around you that want to spend time with you or want some effort from you. It's almost like an excuse, and I don't really find it necessary, to be honest. I think that like surprise, busyness is extremely fleeting. When something does surprise you, like your excellent short hair April Fool's joke, the surprise itself of finding out that you've been fooled only lasts for a second. It's not a lasting feeling. And I think busyness, to me at least, doesn't really last that long. You can be busy for a half hour, an hour, but there's time. There's time in the day, and I really think it's important that everybody think about what they're doing on a day-to-day basis, even on an hour-to-hour basis. But to sort of be able to evaluate yourself, decide what's important to you, because the time that you spend on something is obviously valuable to you. So if you find yourself saying that you're too busy for something, I think it's more useful to be honest with yourself and say that, as opposed to being too busy, what you are is not interested enough in what is being proposed. If you really wanted to do something, you'd be doing that thing. You wouldn't be too busy for it. Don't apologize and say you're busy. Let people know that you have other things going on. Those things are important to you, and if important things come up, you will make time. Being busy is a symptom of mismanagement of time. You're busy for a very short amount of time, but quickly, busyness is just the new normal. That amount of work you're doing is just what you do now. And so I think calling that busy doesn't give enough credit to the work you actually do on a given day, the energy you output. If you can get everything you need to done using no energy, that doesn't make you less busy than someone that spends all their time or mismanages all their time and gets less done. I think it's really important that, and it's something people forget often, just describing themselves as busy if they have a lot of work or they have a lot of classes or they're trying to juggle multiple things. They either need to focus their priorities or they need to let one of the things they're doing, the thing that's obviously the least important to them, go. There's lots of time in a day, there's lots of time in a week. There's really no excuse for being busy. You have 192 hours. You can spend them every week doing whatever you want. And so I really think that being busy isn't a thing. And if it is, it's for a tiny bit at a time until your focus lapses. You can be busy on Facebook, but it only lasts 5 minutes and then you're not busy anymore. I think that busy as a condition that lasts is sort of just lying to yourself and the people around you. That's just something to think about. I also think it's kind of unfortunate in the world of social media, in the world of all these different social networks and social functions that everybody has going on, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, YouTube. It's unfortunate that this is keeping us connected to so many, in some cases hundreds or even thousands of people, that we really, as humans, we want to care about, because humans are programmed to only be able to keep track of, research says, 150 people at a time. There's absolutely no way you can keep up with the number of friends people have on these social networks. And so what we end up trying to do is we end up trying as hard as we can to split our time between all of these different things. And it's just, it is literally humanly impossible to do. my approach has always been to, or not always, but has recently been to keep my interactions to a core minimum of about 15 to 30 people. And I found that that makes social networking really manageable, and it functions a lot more like the actual relationships we have in the physical world. It makes things way easier to deal with. You don't have to worry about keeping track of all these people that you're not going to see in real life because they're not really that important to you. So I think that's another interesting thing to think about. Just figuring out who really matters to you and paying attention to them. If people don't matter to you, then don't give them your energy, because, well, I'm not to say that it's not worth it, but if it was worth it, then you'd be seeing them in real life. That's one of the reasons I want to start doing this, because I want to see more of you. So I'll see you next week, I guess. Happy birthday. Bye.